Hey guys, it's Cal from Dirty Weasel. This is an addendum to the 2016 Skyrim modding guide, episode number 2, where I talked about U-grids to load. Got an email this morning from a friend of mine who's a mod creator and asked me to take a look at a Reddit post to see what I said. And I was kind of on a Christmas sabbatical, and I said, well, I'll go ahead and read it later, and I got around to doing it. And this is regarding U-grids to load. And you remember we installed U-grids to load by Altimor in episode 2? And this is the Reddit post that they brought me to, and Step recommends the removal of stable U-grids to load. And this is a relatively new thing. It evidently came about 9 days ago, so it came out after episode 2. And Step recommends the removal of stable U-grids to load. And I started to read all this, and I'm going to have links to all relevant pages so you can read it and make an informed decision yourself. And basically, it's talking about increased evidence that stable U-grids to load is a temporary fix. Long term, it'll actually harm your game. I suggest reading it. There's a lot of good information here, and there's a BethSoft forum posting, and we'll go through these in just a second. And you can just go through this stuff and read it yourself, but I suggest doing so. It's kind of interesting. The BethSoft forum page, it's, Trulija brought this up. Shade talked about a couple things back in 2013 that he was curious about. I started to read more and more about this. I'm like, you know what? He's right. There is problems with this, and I think that there is a lot of issues. Altimor weighed in, saying that they haven't seen any evidence that helps with stability, even if you're running it at 5 U-grids to load. And I recommended at the time of episode 2, you got to go ahead and increase to 7. Now, there seems to be a problem with that. So I wanted to give you this guy's information and let you look at it. Altimor and Intrusia talk about it quite a bit. And then you get down here, Tech Angel from the Step Guide stepped in and started looking at it. And then you get down to here, Shishin of the Shishin memory patch, and the SKSE guys. So he's saying it probably wouldn't be a good idea, and it's probably better off just to use Dindu Lod with it. I was going to touch on Dindu Lod at a later time, but probably something to look into. Michael from Gamer Poets has a video on how to install it if you want to jump ahead to that. So something to think about. There's a lot of good information here. So the step guides are going to be changed as well. They talk about it on there. As you can see, this is the Step forum, stepproject.com, right? And they talk about it some more, and they kind of recommending, really with Dindu Lod, this is not necessary anymore, and it probably is a problem. And you get to the second page, and they said, well, we're going to take it off because they trust Shade Me and Altimor. I think that's enough evidence to say that the U-grids to load may not be beneficial anymore because of that memory leak issue that was never addressed by Altimor. So, what do we do if we want to go ahead and remove stable U-grids to load from our game? Well, first thing you're going to do is leave it there. Go in, if you've increased it to 7, as I recommended if you have one of the high-end cards, you're going to go ahead and go into General and decrease that back down to 5. And then, of course, we do our calculations. 5 plus 1 equals 6 squared, 36. Okay. You go ahead and save that and close it. Go into your game and you will create a new save into the game for this new U-grids to load if you've changed it to 5. And this is, obviously if you have not changed it from 5 to 7, as I recommended in episode 1, or episode 2 rather, you won't need to do this. If you have, I recommend backing up your save, then go into game and create a new save before removing stable U-grids to load. So I'm going to go into the game and do that, and then I'm going to come back and I'm just going to remove it. You don't need to see that, but I wanted to let you know when it does come time, just go ahead and remove the mod. So there's that, I want to get that information out there to you. I think it was important enough to let you know there are dangers with save corruption and basically screwing up your game. And that's enough information for me based off of really smart guys that know what they're talking about to convince me to let you guys know about it. Thanks for listening, guys. Like I said, quick update. Just want to get that information out there. Talk to you later.